It's been quite a while since I did a DVD unhaul, so I'm about to take these to the charity shop, and I thought this would be a good chance to give mini reviews of some of the films that I've watched on DVD over the last kind of month and a half. So some really exciting films in here, in no particular order. I'm going to start with one that I watched last night and I loved it. This is R.I.P.D, the Rest in Peace Department. This had very mixed reviews, mostly negative, and I thought it was fantastic and very quickly one of my new favourite films. It's about a cop who dies, but then he has to come back to Earth and be a cop for weird alien monster kind of creatures that are on the loose. It's very, very fascinating and very exciting, and if you're one of the people like me who didn't really rush to see it because of all the negative reviews, give it a chance. I loved it. I hope you do too. One that 99% of film fans have seen, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I loved it. I mean, I knew I'd like it. I really liked the first one, but I actually think I preferred this one to the first one, and I cannot wait to see the third one. I can't really say much else about it because everybody knows what it is and how good it is, but yeah, I finally watched it and I loved it. M. Night Shyamalan can do no wrong. I am such a huge Shyamalan fan. I know he's hit and miss with a lot of people. Unbreakable was phenomenal. One guy is called Mr. Glass because his bones break at the slightest touch. The other guy seems to never get ill and survives all kinds of weird radical accidents. And together there's a kind of comic book superhero thread. It is sensational and I loved it. At long last, I have watched Back to the Future Part 3. I think I preferred it to the second, but didn't prefer it to the first because the first was iconic and unique in its own. They go back to the westerns and it's very funny, very enjoyable. I loved the setting for it. A few times it was kind of hard to follow because I couldn't remember exactly what had happened in the second one, so there were kind of crossed over timelines and I was a bit confused. So I'd need to kind of re-watch the other two and this one in a kind of weekend long binge, which would actually be a fantastic plan. Hellraiser was sensational. There's one scene in this, and I won't spoil it, but I'll just say something emerges from the floorboards, and that is instantly one of my all-time favourite scenes from a film ever. It was so gorgeous, and I watch it on YouTube again and again, and it's amazing, and the film itself was great. Visually, the visual quality is what draws me in. It's so fantastic and I cannot wait to watch the second one. I cannot recommend this enough. If, like me, you're a little bit claustrophobic, I think you'll really enjoy being scared by The Descent. It's about a group of friends who go potholing in this cave. It's a cave that has technically never been explored before, and when they get down there, not only do they get stuck, but they find that there is this kind of weird race of alien hybrid characters. They're very odd. I'm not entirely sure if they're ever given a name. But, so they have two threats, the alien creature weird things and of course being trapped. The creatures didn't bother me too much. The idea of being stuck in a cave in the dark with dangers, no, it terrified me, absolutely terrified me, and for that reason I love it. I'm going to quickly whiz through these three because I cannot recommend this box set enough. I absolutely love it. I didn't realise until I started watching them that all three of them are Julia Roberts films. Closer was alright. Not fantastic, but it was okay. Mona Lisa's Smile was gorgeous. It's about this art teacher in an all-girls school, and it's all about women's liberation and, you know, being able to do things for yourself rather than just getting married and that's it. It's so gorgeous. And then Erin Brockovich is a film that most people have seen, and it was really good. I think out of all three of them, Mona Lisa's Smile was my favourite. In fact, it's a firm favourite. One that I didn't think I would enjoy that much but really did is Autumn in New York. I got this because I'm a huge Winona Ryder fan, and it's about a girl who has this terminal illness and she embarks on a relationship with an older man, and as they grow closer throughout the film, the relationship becomes more intense, but also so does her risk of death. And it's a very sentimental film, and it made me cry quite a lot, and I love it. Saw 2, absolutely loved it. How beautiful is that cover art? I'm very impressed and in love with that. I think I preferred it to the first one, and I think again it's because all of these people are trapped in this one house and they're all threats to each other because they're all trying to get out ahead of the other person, and it didn't scare me, but I did find it very fascinating. Wow, wow, wow. Dead Silence is incredible. It kind of looks like Slappy from Goosebumps. I'm not entirely sure how well you can see that, but the ventriloquist doll in this looks exactly like Slappy. I'm convinced they're twins. It's all about ventriloquism, and this woman about 100 years ago was a ventriloquist, but she was wronged and then died, and she's now coming back to haunt people through ventriloquist dolls. And it's there's just something happens in it, and the way it's revealed just surprised me so much because I didn't see it coming, and very quickly has instantly become one of my top recommended films. It's phenomenal. Penultimate, we have another trilogy of films which I'll just go through quickly. The Perfect Man was good, better than I'd expected. Probably not as well as I remember it because I had seen it many, many years ago. 13 Going on 30 was fantastic. It's about this young girl who's having a 13th birthday, and she's not popular. The popular kids make fun of her, and then all of a sudden she propels almost 20 years into the future, and she sees what her life would be like if she had all of those things she wished for when she was 13, and it's heartfelt, but it's very easy to watch and very relaxing. And then Head Over Heels was alright. It was a good film. Lastly, we have Dakota Fanning and Brittany Murphy in Uptown Girls. I loved this. This very materialistic girl becomes the nanny of this very... How do we describe Dakota Fanning's character? She's posh, she's rich, she's all about, you know, she hates germs, she'll only eat healthy food, she won't do anything that sounds fun. And it's an odd pairing, and it works really well, and it's very entertaining, very heartwarming, and thoroughly enjoyable. I would say that these are quite a good batch of films. I really enjoyed them, and I think I got very lucky, and whoever visits my local charity shop to rake for DVDs, they're going to be in for a treat. If you've seen any of these films, I would love to know what you think of them. As always, suggestions for others, let me know, and I'll speak to you all soon.